After going out to the Grand Canyon in 2002 the first time, I decided on building this layout that I wanted to make a Grand Canyon in the train layout, and I was going to make that an integral part of it. And dawned on me an old customer of mine from a different job I had. They were in a foam making business, so I called him. I was able to purchase a piece of foam. It's 12 inches thick, 27 inches wide, 6 feet long. And I was able to purchase that. I brought it home. I started working on it. Having a heck of a time cutting it. We went to a train show, and there was a guy selling a hot wire foam cutting tool. And I thought, oh, that would be wonderful. None of the crumbs, it just seared the plastic off. And that thing was only 2 inches square. It took forever to carve this thing out. But that's what gave us some of those neat looking little ribs around the edge, and all the lines and the crevasses and all those ledges and the layers. That's what did it. It was that foam wire cutting tool. Was great. Solved a lot of problems. Then after we went out to the Grand Canyon the second time and rode the mules, well, we found out that that whole thing on the bottom is different than what we had ever expected. 2 bridges, the trail road, and the Phantom Ranch. So I dropped it out and made another bunch of changes to it. We put the bridges in, and the mules going across the river, the whole deal. The bridge made the bridges. And, well, it's our memories. It's the canyon area looking the other way.
My wife Beverly did the artwork. She did all the painting, and boy, she nailed those colors. They're beautiful.
On top of the canyon is the Bright Angel Lodge. That's where the mule rides start from. If you ever go out there and ride the mules down to the bottom, they all start at just behind the Bright Angel Lodge. There's a corral, stone corral. That's where all the mules are. You get an orientation. The guy, the wrangler, he'll sit on the fence, talk to you about a half hour, give you your instructions, and they saddle you up and away you go. They walk you out to the edge and you start going down. And that is one heck of an experience. We did that about 3-4 years ago. It was fun. About 2.5 hours down, you get to a little area called Indian Gardens. You get you a little box lunch there. You can go to the bathroom. And then you go for another 2.5 hour ride, and you go down to the bottom, all the way down to the Colorado River. Go along River Trail, and that's one scary little ride. Come across a black suspension bridge. It's a solid bridge. The mules will walk on that one. They also have a silver one down there, but it's kind of perforated. The mules won't walk on that. They don't like seeing through stuff. And they have a campground down there. Some of the rafters will stay over. Some of the hikers will stay. And that area down there is called Phantom Ranch. Some cabins down there, lodging, campground. There's the Silver Bridge for hikers. There's the Colorado River. One of the things you'll see traveling, if you travel on Amtrak, you'll find things on the side of crevices and canyons that fall off the top, like campers and cars. That happened by accident. Something derailed on that end of the layout one day, and I looked, and there was my trailer and car. So I thought, that looks kind of cool. We'll just glue that baby in there. On top we have a little camp area for some Boy Scouts. Right behind that is Mount St. Helens. You have to use your imagination, folks. This area is very congested. The volcano's got a little life to it, and someday I'll get a smoke generator in there. And behind the corral, some of the wranglers bringing the mules over to the corral from the mule barn. If you ever get out to the Grand Canyon on the South Rim, you'll see all that. The Grand Canyon doesn't have a railroad in it, but what the heck, this is a train layout, so I put a little in-gauge way down there in the bottom. Got to have a railroad in the canyons, kind of like in Colorado area anyway. There's Glenwood Springs. That's some neat. There he comes. A little train down there in the valley, down in the canyon. On the side of the canyon, there's an old mule train coming up. They use pack mules to take all the food down to the Phantom Ranch. Every day they make a trip down there. On the way out, they haul all the garbage and debris and stuff. There comes our little train again. Oh yeah, I didn't catch this earlier. Down on the side side of the canyon and got some rock climbers. I don't know if they do that at the Grand Canyon, but I found those little guys, and they do a lot of that at Zion National Park and other parks. But I'm going to sprinkle a few rock climbers on the wall here. The raft going down the river. Here comes our little train again.
Every day the Grand Canyon Railroad comes from Williams to the Grand Canyon South Rim. Station's right across from the El Tovar Hotel. Leaves at Williams around 10, gets up to the canyon about noon, and leaves somewhere around 3 to 3:30 for the return trip to Williams. But it's a great trip to be on. They got entertainers, cowboys singing with guitars. On the way back, you get robbed by cowboys. On the whole deal. It's a fun trip. If you ever get a chance to take it, by all means, go do it. We rode in the dome car. We were the second last seat on this side when we rode it. If you'd like to watch some of the actual clips we took of the mule ride down to the bottom of the Grand Canyon, just look for more videos from this author, Hojimbo, and they're there. There's 5 of them. You might enjoy them. If you ever get that opportunity, go take it. That was fun.